Welcome back to Hanksy Panksy Honor Among Reeves, a podcast where two dumb idiot best friends absconded with Tom Hanks, purloined Dwayne Johnson, and are about to be absolutely mugged by Keanu Reeves. I'm Sam Siegel, and I'm stealing your privacy via a series of live streams watched by the international elite.
Yeah, it's basically Twitch.
Basically. Rich Twitch.
Rich Twitch. Rich.
Twitch.
We'll work on the branding.
Yeah.
It's Twitch for rich people. I am Luke Patrick. I'm the other dumb idiot. This week I am Sam. I am your master.
Oh.
Yeah, in purely in a martial arts sense.
Yeah. Do I call you senpai? Is that the...
That would be not the correct... Not in this one.
Okay. That's a Japanese thing.
That'd
right?
be Japanese. Yeah.
But that is the term for master?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that would be correct if this were a Japanese film.
So if this were Japanese, I would say something like dominate me, senpai.
Yeah, you could say that.
Mm-hmm.
You could still say just dominate me.
Okay. Yeah, I could say beat me down, senpai.
Yeah. Beat me down was oh so good, senpai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hurt me so good, senpai.
Hurt me so good. I just want to teach you Tai Chi, and you've made this very weird.
I'm sorry. I just really want to be just really manhandled, senpai.
Yeah, maybe you're reading the energy in the room, and maybe it's something I'm doing. Yeah. But I thought we would just talk about Tai Chi and do a little bit of Tai Chi.
I would be fine with that, except you started by taking your pants off.
That is for comfort, and I understand the misdirection.
That set a tone there.
Yeah, I understand. Well, see, Sam, if I actually wanted to be a dom in this situation, obviously I'd put on my sex jeans.
You would need to put on your sex jeans, and that's how I would know it would be going down.
Yeah, that's the only, much like 50 Shades of Grey, I only get down when I'm wearing the explicitly named sex jeans. Folks, we did cover the 50 Shades movies. If you haven't listened to that, go back, give yourself a little treat. Listen to us cover all 4 of the 50 Shades movies.
Was it 4?
I think it's 1, 2, 3 part 1 and 3 part 2.
Surely not.
I think it was, but I'd go back and find out what your boys got up to.
Yeah, and folks, the reviews will shock you.
They shocked me, and I was there at the time. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Before you dominate me, senpai.
Yeah.
I think we should probably talk about the fact that we did watch 2013's Man of Tai Chi, directed by Keanu Reeves.
Directed by the man himself. Directorial debut, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, near as I can tell.
Yeah.
How was your watch?
Great. Yeah, had for once no problems. Did get this from Jeffrey Bezos. He was excited to hand this one over. Because he was all like, this is his directorial debut, right? And I was like, yeah, Jeffrey. And he's like, yeah, it's so good.
So old Jeff is a big fan of Keanu, huh?
Old Jeff, old saggy, weird-headed Jeff is in fact a fan of Keanu and has been following the project for some time.
Interesting.
Mostly in the way that I would expect, which is that he's been following the amount of money he's been making. Vis-a-vis me renting the oeuvre of Keanu Reeves through his sad divorce shack.
That would, I could see why he would be interested in it from that lens.
Yeah, because it's a video game for him at this point. How much money can old Jeffrey Bezos stack up? Turns out the answer is quite a lot.
Yeah. More than any one person should.
Yeah, I was gonna say, turns out it's folks, it's a lot. When you really start to break it down, old Jeffrey's made a lot of money off your boys, and apparently a lot of other boys out there.
A lot of boys out here watching, giving money to to old Jeffrey Bezos to
Yeah.
watch Man of Tai Chi.
Watch Man of Tai Chi. All that to say, it was great. Had leftover Indian food.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a spicy vindaloo and some sag paneer.
Mm.
Um, was a real treat. Really enjoyed that. Sam, nothing else to report. What? How was your watch?
I don't really remember because it was several days ago.
Yeah,
I watched
yeah.
it. So today's Sunday. I watched this Thursday, and I've already forgotten what happened.
Yeah. I don't think I need to apologize for that. Like,
No, I we
literally, I don't think I need to. It's just weird that it happened that way.
yeah, because we had bounced around some ideas about recording on Thursday, and that didn't really pan out. And I had some
Yeah.
stuff happening Friday, and then I don't remember what happened yesterday. Kind of at all, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Um, and so we watched it today.
Yeah. That
Or
is,
you watched it today. We're
yeah.
recording today. Earlier today, you came over to my house and helped me build a dresser for the wee baby Keanu's room.
Yeah. That dude's chunky. I think it's gonna get the job done and then
Oh
some.
yeah, I'm very happy with the work we did. I feel like I look like I've aged 10 years
I was
since you saw me last.
My friend, get out of my skull because the man I left at your house was a young, spry, soon to
Mm-hmm.
be dad of the wee baby Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing now is a man in a cardigan with glasses who is wizened, has
Mm-hmm.
many things to say about life if only
Mm-hmm.
people would listen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has some form of physical therapy on the books. Um,
No, I graduated physical therapy.
oh, even better. You're
Yeah.
rehabilitated.
Yeah, well, sure. I
Yeah.
still have a homework program that I have to do.
Yeah, you do look not really like in the face or anything, but in demeanor, you have
Mm-hmm.
aged significantly.
The cardigan does a lot of the work,
The
I feel
cardigan
like.
is doing most of the heavy lifting here.
Yeah, but I what I've noticed is that the cardigan does a lot, right?
Yeah.
Most of the work. You add the glasses and it completes it.
Yeah, it
It's like,
does.
oh, this guy is old. He has a son.
Yeah, this guy, mortgage, son, maybe a
Mm-hmm.
boat. Um,
Ooh, do I give off boat vibes? And how
I
can I fix that?
I don't think you give. What vibes do you give off? Because you don't give off boat vibes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay, yeah. Yeah, let's hopefully not insult me and
Oh,
talk
this
about
is
what vibes I give off right now.
I'm trying to decide what special interest purchase vibes you give off.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
back in the day, we're
Mm-hmm.
talking like fresh faced you and me,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, I don't know, 10 years ago,
Sure,
full
yeah.
decade ago. Woof. Um,
Whoa.
I can feel the icy grip of death approaching. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it would have been like, oh, easy, Xbox or
Oh yeah, yeah.
really nice gaming setup.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what vibes you give off, my
Okay,
friend.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is a fully kitted out vibes of a man who has a fully kitted out aircraft simulator cockpit.
I'm happy with that. I'm very happy because I'm looking at myself in the video, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this is a guy who's like, yeah, I built a cockpit in my home.
Yeah. Like maybe in the basement or
Mhm.
something. Like
Yes,
it's fully kitted out.
to escape the drudgery of my daily life.
Yeah, I just can't wait to get home and get behind the yoke of that Cessna twin prop.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So, question: do I have a pilot's outfit that I put on to
oh,
fly the plane?
I think, well, this isn't a judgment, but I think
Mm-hmm.
the pilot outfit would make it weird.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, doesn't mean you don't. I don't think that's part of your vibe. I won't go
No.
that far.
Yeah.
But I guess let me ask you, Sam, do you have a pilot outfit that you would put on?
No. I don't think so. Now, am I gonna do the announcements on the plane? Oh, you bet your ass I will.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Am I going to make the air traffic control call outs? Oh, I'm not going to jail. Of course I am. Yeah, I'm getting into it in those aspects, but
Yeah.
I'm not putting on the uniform. Again, this is to escape my work, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to just create more work for yourself.
Exactly.
Like fake work. That's no good.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, this is Papa time.
Yeah. Papa's cockpit time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh not Papa's cock time. Can't shorten
No,
it any
very
further.
different.
Very different.
Papa's cock time is
Well, we all
different.
know what that is.
Yes, I started to say something and then I thought better of it, which I think something that came with age.
Yeah, that may be a podcast first.
Yeah, yeah, it's the cardigan.
It's the
I
cardigan.
If I didn't have the cardigan on, oh, I
Yeah.
would have said some stuff.
Well,
But
it's
with the
only
cardigan, I got restraint.
yeah, and it's only fair, Sam. What vibes do I give off?
Ooh.
Special interest purchase vibes. What do I have going on?
Carpentry.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
carpentry.
yeah. I got the table saw coming in soon,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You've got
I'm yeah,
you've got a shed. You got a shed
yeah,
that is coated with wood shavings. Um,
yeah. I put them in my coffee in the mornings.
mhm. You
Sawdust.
you show up to my house with one of those little like bassinet things,
Yeah,
little rocking bassinets that you made yourself. But kind of as a goof, you did carve wee baby Keanu into it,
yeah.
which makes it uncomfortable because that's not gonna be his government name.
Yeah, it will be, actually post the birth of your child. I am in
Hmm.
no way going to spoil anything
Yeah,
here.
you can dox my son before
No.
he's born.
Do we continue to refer to your child as the wee baby Keanu?
I will refer to my child as whatever our quarry is.
I
So the
understand.
wee baby Tom, the wee baby Dwayne, the wee baby Keanu.
Yeah.
Um,
I dig
yeah,
this.
yeah, to protect his privacy,
Oh,
obviously,
obviously.
and
That's
not solely for goofs because it's funny to say that my son, the wee baby Keanu.
it is pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely just an added bonus and not the primary reasoning behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Yep, yep, yep.
Do you want to do the plot?
Sure.
Yeah,
Of Man of Tai Chi.
yeah, 2013 film, directed by and starring
Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah. Um, so actually, I'm gonna give you Luke Patrick's patented 3x structure, your money back
Oh
guarantee today.
shit!
So, Act One, establishing narrative. We are introduced to several key facts. One, Keanu Reeves. In the opener, we discover runs an underground fight ring in Hong Kong. This movie is a Chinese movie.
Mhm.
A lot of it's in subtitles. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Um, so Keanu Reeves runs an underground fight ring in Hong Kong, and we are introduced to this because this guy that was in the fight ring, it's a fight to the death, televised for select viewers kind of event.
Hmm.
One of the guys was a rat and ratted him out and was working on getting the feds involved. And so Keanu screams at him to finish a guy. He won't finish him. Keanu puts on this creepy mask and like walks into the room, takes care of it, and then knifes the dude later.
Hmm.
And calls him a rat. So we sort of figure out what Keanu's all about. Then there's another guy, the Man of Tai Chi, the titular Man of Tai Chi, a guy named Tiger,
Tiger Chen.
Tiger Chen, who lives in Beijing or thereabouts somewhere, and has a Tai Chi master and has been learning Tai Chi for a really long time. Like Tai Chi, outside of like a like aerobics kind of context, and in a more martial arts kind of context, it's sort of a dying. We're introduced to this concept as though it's like a dying sort of practice.
Yeah.
That he is the last person to teach the specific school of Tai Chi. Okay. That's all the beginning leading up to the end of Act 1 where Keanu gets a hold of Tiger and then basically says, I need you to come do a job interview. He shows up in his really nice suit. I was very upset that he ruined a perfectly good
I
suit.
know, and he looked good in it.
He looked so good in this suit, but he shows up for what he thinks is a security service interview.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out someone yells fight, and then he has to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does get the job, quote unquote, on the job part of Keanu wines and dines him basically into fighting for cash.
Yes.
So because he needs this money to save the temple where his master lives? Question mark.
It seems like it.
Does seem like it. And they need the money to save the temple, to help his family out, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So establishing at the end of Act 1, he gets this pattern of him getting flown out to Hong Kong to do fights. He gets progressively better at them, so he's getting a taste for blood. Basically, we get a hint of that. Moving into Act 2, the cycle repeats itself. There's also some Hong Kong police involved. There's a detective in particular. She's on the case. So Act 2 is a little bit more of the cycle of escalation, of Tiger really getting a taste for it. And the stakes being upped as he goes along, conflict with his master because he's taking his own style, his own martial arts style beyond Tai Chi and into something pretty brutal. And so this escalation continues until the height of conflict. It is revealed to Tiger in a fight with a Russian mercenary,
seemingly, yes.
Seemingly. At the end of this fight, which takes no time at all for Tiger to subdue this guy, basically just punches him, and then he continues to punch him. So he's working some feelings out over his master and stuff, and Keanu then reveals to him the ultimate plot, which is he says finish him, and tries to cajole him into killing this guy, at which point Tiger pulls back, realizes what's going on, and then kind of gets the heck out of Dodge as soon as he can. But at some point in Act 2, the detective confronted Tiger and gave him her card. So he dodged all of her initial questions and refused to work with her. Act 3, beginning of, he gives her a ring. Keanu has been watching. So they catch wind of exactly what he's up to. You know the rest. He has one more big fight where he shows up. He refuses to fight the other participant. Keanu says to kill him. So anyway, the Hong Kong police show up after some kerfuffle. An assassin is sent to take care of the detective because the superintendent or this chief of police or whatever he is involved, obviously.
Of course.
Yada yada yada. Police encircle everybody. They get everybody except Keanu. Keanu gets away. And then instead of getting the fuck out of there, what does Keanu do? He goes further in to China. He goes to Beijing, to the old temple. And they have one big final standoff that's really cathartic, where Tiger realizes the true potential of what Tai Chi has to offer and sort of a metaphorical return to his roots, and does eventually beat the piss out of Keanu.
Yes, killing him.
Yeah, but after he'd been stabbed, so Keanu stabs him, so it was self-defense.
Yeah, so I mean, it's okay.
Yeah,
and he kills him with like a ghost punch. So
yeah, he does. He technically does not put a finger on him in terms of the finishing blow.
Yeah.
And then they save the temple through a historical, like a historical relevance grant sort of protection status thing. And he's going to be a Tai Chi teacher.
Yeah, and he gets the girl who is here. He gets the girl. And that's pretty much all her role is.
Yeah, that was it. She was peppered throughout.
She
She wasn't really even part of the rising narrative and
No,
conflict, and no, she's just kind of around.
she's there.
She's there. Yeah, for man, it feels good to do it. It takes forever, but it feels good to do the full
Oh,
3 act
it's a
structure.
good breakdown, my guy.
Yeah. So for the folks at home, it's Keanu's directorial debut is worth the full 3 acts.
Of course.
There you go. That's basically the movie. Sam, what'd you think of this movie?
This movie is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
it's real cool. And I don't mean just in terms of the action. I want to jump off right here and say Keanu can fucking direct.
Yes, he can.
Because he directed this one, I paid a lot more attention to like the shots and stuff.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Genuinely fantastic. Everything shot in this like really cool, kind of slick way. Lots of interesting like shots. The action is captured like perfectly.
Perfectly. Which
Because
is
it's
no small thing.
no. And like for 2013, that's an early time to break from the like Jason Bourne shaky cam. You can't really tell what's going on until he hits young Barack Obama with a book.
Yeah, the Paul Greengrass.
Mm-hmm.
Shaky hands, delirium tremens sort of
Yeah,
approach.
DT's cinematography. But no, like we get like it's right in on the action. It still gives the sense of like quickness and everything, but it doesn't cut from the action at all.
Yeah.
And so you just get all of it, and it's really well done.
Yeah.
Keanu, why you been holding out on us?
Why you been holding out? Why did he only do it this one time, as far as I'm aware?
I know, sort of an odd thing for him to
Yeah.
just do it this one time and then I guess say never again.
I know what it was. I still have to give you my word, but
I do need your word.
I do know what happened. So I think much like we've established with what was the last movie we watched?
Hold on. Generation
Yeah, okay. So we're on the heels of the worst movie we've ever seen. To this. And I think the reasoning behind both is I think it's a fluid train of logic, and that is Keanu is an exceptionally nice guy. Keanu, that's point number one. Point number two, Keanu can really be sold on a project.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he really likes the vision, I think, of the project. And three, Keanu don't seem to care about salary.
Clearly not.
I think these 3 things held for this, and it was an offhanded thing. Someone was like, we're trying to put together the financing for this movie. It's going to be a joint like American and Chinese production of this movie. We have the script, yada, yada, yada. Keanu went, great. What do you want me to do? And they're like, we kind of need a big name to direct it. And we can't get anybody on board. And Keanu was like, I'll do it.
I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try it. And they're like, really? And he's like, yeah.
Why not?
Give it a shot. And then he fucking excelled at it.
Like so well. Again, like I can't overstate how genuinely impressive it is.
Yeah.
That he's shooting action like this in 2013. When did the last Bourne movie come out?
I mean, we saw it together.
So Ultimatum was 2007, but then there was the other one that we don't love talking about. That
the
was
Jeremy Renner one.
Well, the Jeremy Renner one was 2012, and I it's non-canonical in my mind. But then there's the other one that's just called Jason Bourne that came out in 2016.
Yeah.
And 3 years later than this, and is still shot in the old DT cinematography style.
Yeah, I love that we're calling it the DT cinematography.
It's style. Kind of a perfect description.
Hey Jim, do you need a shot of something? Just what we're getting on the dailies is no good, Jim.
Yeah, do you need a little bit of the hair of the dog that bit you? You don't seem okay.
This is rough stuff.
Everything all right at home, Jim?
I still owe you a word.
Yeah, you do. What's your word?
I have two paths diverge in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I was going to say is basically just this movie is literally and figuratively kick ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apt. Love it.
Yeah, but it's sort of bland. I think the other thing I was going to say is that this movie is imperfect,
Imperfect.
but
But
the fact that we're talking about perfection and how
mm-hmm.
close this movie came to it
Mm-hmm.
is a really good sign for Keanu's directorial debut.
Oh yeah. I mean he like kisses it.
Yeah.
Um so now where are the imperfections for you?
Yeah, I think that's what I was about to say. The imperfections for me are really small things
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, this type of movie, an action focused movie, the choreography's got to be absolutely phenomenal.
And it
The
is.
Yeah, it is. The way it's shot has to be absolutely phenomenal. It is.
Tick.
The plot has to be like interesting. It is.
Tick. Yeah.
I think for me, the only there were just a few places where I'm bumped out a little bit. The one is the ghost punch.
The ghost punch was a weird choice.
Yeah, because with kung fu movies, I don't know how into kung fu are you, Sam?
I conceptually like it.
Yeah.
I've not watched a lot. Like what I
Okay.
have seen of them, I do enjoy.
Nice.
It's not something I typically seek out.
Yeah, because I would say, and I'm no aficionado, but I do like the genre a lot. There's like a level you're always playing. It's sort of like fantasy. You're playing with the level of realism,
Mm-hmm.
and some kung fu movies are very realistic, and
Mm-hmm.
everything is done extremely practically, or as much as humanly possible, and it's within the realm of realism. Some totally the opposite. People are flying all over the place.
Yeah, there's a lot of like supernatural
Yeah.
elements.
And I'd say this movie leans usually more towards the realistic.
I would say this movie is like 99.9% grounded. And then for some reason, we have two pretty vital supernatural elements.
Yeah, Deus Ex Ghost Punch
Mm-hmm.
happens. Um, and so I think that's a minor imperfection for me. Um, Excuse me while I just write down Deus Ex Ghost Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Excellent.
yeah. And so that takes me out a little bit when
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden they're able to like supernaturally like push air and hurt people. Also the ending for me was a little weak. Uh
Like the final fight
the
or
final
the
fight, yeah.
uh kind of celebration over the end of negotiations with the real estate developers and the government office people
Yeah.
uh, with the master.
Whatever do you mean? How could that be boring? Um
I do. So the thing is, I wasn't as mad about that because it feels very like 80s action flick where it's like we're, kind of like a ski movie
yeah.
where it's like the bad guys are developers who want to bulldoze the slopes or whatever.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's like, yeah, we killed the bad guy, but also we
Yeah.
saved the slopes, dude.
But we saved a ski lodge.
Mm-hmm.
So rad.
And so this had like that vibe to it, which I kind of liked. It's sort of quaint in a
Yeah.
way, and I genuinely enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So that part of the ending didn't bug me so much. I think it would have been tighter overall had they had the big final fight at the final event,
It would have
because
made a lot more sense.
they started to. Keanu gets on stage with the mask on and everything, and they're
Mm-hmm.
about to beat the piss out of each other. Because that's Tiger's whole thing is like, I won't fight you to the other guy. I will fight you. And then he points at Keanu way off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been cool if we could have had the big fight there. Then the police show up and nab a like semi unconscious Keanu.
Yes. It would have
Um,
been good, and I think it would have tied together the police aspect of it
yeah,
a lot better because the police thing just kind of ends.
yeah, yeah. She
Uh,
gets made captain or superintendent or
Something like
whatever,
that, yeah.
and life's hunky dory. But yeah, absolutely. So it is imperfect. It is in no way a bad movie.
No.
Keanu, you
Keanu, come on.
you did it good.
You did such a good. Keep doing this.
Keep doing this.
Now, Keanu, less strobing next time, please.
Yeah, that's another imperfection, actually.
Yeah. Or put a warning.
Yeah,
A warning is nice. Um, Not having strobing, better.
yeah,
Because what I learned during this movie is that I don't have epilepsy, which was a nice thing to learn because otherwise would have had
yeah.
a real bad watch.
Yeah, I don't either. But I will say my sensitivity to strobing, just like as an aesthetic and like experiential preference,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Oh, it's uncomfortable. Look,
Did you
hey.
also watch it in a, because you and I have similarly sized big beautiful
Mm-hmm.
OLED TVs.
Uh-huh.
Did you also watch it in a darkened room?
I believe so, yeah.
It's intense.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. And hey, bud, look at me. Look at me just for a minute. Do I look like someone who's gonna enjoy strobing?
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I'm wearing a fucking cardigan. That's the international symbol for I don't like strobes.
Yeah, you're not like decked out in like glitter paint and wearing using like rave sticks
Mm-hmm.
and just like light up armbands and stuff. No,
Yeah. I
you're
mean,
looking for a more restrained and
exactly.
mild version of entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Jazz. Um, like Kenna was in the room, and there's one. I think it's during a fight where there's just this extended sequence of strobes,
It
and
was the big fight against two opponents, not just
yes,
one.
and she was like, "Fuck, this is too much."
Yeah.
It was like it hurts our eyes. It's not great. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes the fight look kind of cool.
Oh, the fight
I'll
looks
grant you
sick
that.
as hell.
Boy,
Yeah.
it hurts to look at.
I was thinking about, because I've been to some shows where they did epilepsy, not epilepsy, excuse me, where they did strobing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, no one had epilepsy.
Sure, yeah,
Is
it'd
what
be
I was
nice.
thinking in my head, and it came out weird. Um, and it is sick as hell, especially like drumming. Watching
Mm-hmm.
drumming through strobes, like really fast-paced strobing.
Yeah.
Super cool. I can only imagine this fight would have looked amazing in person,
Mm-hmm.
but as a viewer on a TV, it's difficult.
Challenging,
Yeah,
challenging stuff.
yeah.
Um, okay. I actually I wonder if you can answer this for me.
Uh-huh.
So kind of a small through line in this movie, mostly through like act one and two. Um Tiger Chen is in this like martial arts competition tournament
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. And kind of in that, but also in a lot of the other fights, there's a lot of posing. And you see this in lots of martial arts movies. I do not understand this.
Okay, you mean like at the beginning of a fight?
Yeah. Yeah. Or even like kind of in a pause in a fight. Like often there will be like kind of a pause during a fight. And the two combatants will kind of separate and do like a pose of some variety.
Yeah.
And conceptually, I don't understand the significance of this.
So Sam, there's some things in life. I'm gonna point at spandex for bike riders.
Mm-hmm.
You know why they wear it?
Because they think it makes their asses look good.
Because they think it looks cool as hell.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
I didn't know if it had like a significance to like show like this is the martial art style that I'm using, or if there's
I
anything like that.
I think in kung fu movies, actually, that is a good point. That a lot of times they will do that to signify what style
Mm-hmm.
is being used or what mental state. It's sort of like theater in some ways.
Okay.
But as an owner of a second degree black belt,
Forgot that about you, my guy.
Me
I
too.
totally fucking forgot this about you.
I forget this literally every day. It does not come up.
Strange.
Yeah, actual fights don't have like big pauses where people like pull apart and like
Hmm.
go into crane pose or whatever. Um, so I think a lot of it is sort of like lightsaber styles. Like there's
Hmm.
flourishes that they use to demonstrate, oh, this person's doing kung fu. This guy, like the American guy in the movie, is doing like karate or taekwondo.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I will say I did like the I again, to like a kind of newbie to kung fu movies or martial arts movies, I guess. It was nice that you can really tell the sort of stylistic difference in Tiger Chen's fighting style,
Yeah.
and also you can really see how it changes
Mm-hmm.
as like his sort of character arc changes. It was very nice.
Which, to Keanu's credit, that's the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing with kung fu movies.
Mm-hmm.
Is the style is huge. What style are they using?
Yes.
Because like Ip Man, have you seen Ip Man?
No.
Oh, that one's so good. We should watch that one at some point.
Okay.
Even for like non kung fu people, Ip Man is fantastic.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but Ip Man, um, like he's got a very refined, I think they call it the like way of the water or something like that.
Okay.
It's very Tai Chi-esque where it's like flowing with things and like about diverting your opponent's energy,
Uh-huh.
et cetera, et cetera. And then the big villains in the movie, some of them, it gets complicated, but anyway, are like bruiser types that show up and
Yes.
just like punch
Mm-hmm.
and are very heavy. Um, so again, it's just theater. It's like a really cool way of doing physical theater of like establishing one person is very wise and flows with things, and then another is very brash
Mm-hmm.
and just punches.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Um,
and that's not easy to pull off. And so the fact that Keanu did that really well in this movie, because like Tiger's big thing when he gets kicked out of the competition that he's in,
mm-hmm.
because he snaps a guy's arm in half and then breaks his leg, gives him a compound fracture.
Mm-hmm. It's totally
Um,
normal friendly competition stuff.
totally normal. His style is like brutal and
Yeah.
angry.
It's fucking wild to see.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, phenomenal stuff. Um hey Luke,
Yeah.
I've been watching something that I
Mm-hmm.
think you would probably enjoy.
Okay.
And that would be the hit Apple TV Plus show For All Mankind.
Okay.
It's a space show, and it's really great, and it's one of many Apple TV Plus hits, such as
Sure.
A Physical starring Rose Byrne, or Severance starring Parks and Recreation's Adam Scott. And maybe you're thinking about watching that new season of Frasier, but why do that when you can watch Shrinking starring Harrison Ford and Jason Segel? Apple TV Plus, it's not just Ted Lasso. Get it now before Masters of the Air premieres in January 2024. The hit World War II miniseries from the same creators as Band of Brothers and The Pacific,
Oh God.
executive produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg.
Shit.
App-
Dude.
Apple TV Plus. It's not just Ted
It's
Lasso.
not just Ted Lasso. It's weird because I actually watch a fair amount of Apple TV
Uh
Plus.
huh. Yeah.
Um, I guess thank you, Apple TV, for sponsoring this episode. What was that?
It's in a little contract. It's fine.
Okay, cool. Hey, we're getting that Apple money. We're doing pretty
Yeah.
good.
Tim Apple called me up after the last episode.
And said
Uh.
my house is fabulous. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
noticing.
Mm-hmm.
I am pissed about USB-C, but I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. And if
Uh
you'll plug my award-winning TV service.
Here's what I was gonna say though, because I do watch a fair. I've seen a lot of their shows.
Mhm.
They're pretty good.
They're really great. Apple TV Plus. It's what HBO used to be,
It's
but
what
better.
because you boot it up and it's funny because their new tagline is just it's more than just Ted Lasso. ... We promise.
we assure you, we've got more than just Ted, the happy football man.
We have more than the happy football man and then the sad crying football man that you all love so much.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We've got physical, starring Rose Byrne.
We have the dinosaur thing that Luke keeps meaning to watch because he's obsessed with dinosaurs.
Mhm.
It's narrated by David fucking Attenborough.
Yeah.
But Luke will never find the time to do it. So
well, you should make the time to watch For All Mankind. Legitimately, I've been watching it obsessively.
nice.
It's really good.
Isn't that the astronaut wives or something like that?
No, it's not astronaut wives. I mean, like their wives are in it, but it's like sort of an alternate history of the space race.
Oh, right. I remember this.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, it would be pretty good.
So back to this movie.
Anyway, whatever that was.
Okay, so the Tiger Chen has a statue that he looks at a few times. Luke, did you recognize who this statue was of?
No, I didn't. I wondered.
Okay, I'm disappointed in you because we played enough Three Kingdoms Total War that you should recall who this is, and that is Guan Yu.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. It's a statue of Guan Yu.
You're shitting me.
Nah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why is he there?
Because he's like one of the major figures in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Sure.
I think he's like, again, this is me kind of piecing together little things that I know. I'm by no means really knowing what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Caveat.
Caveat.
TM. I believe he is like sort of the like prototype, I guess, the platonic ideal of the like wise warrior.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I clocked that and I was like, is that Guan Yu, the person that I only know from Total War Three Kingdoms?
That's pretty impressive, my guy, because as you've stated, I have also played kind of a lot of Total War Three Kingdoms.
Yeah, at least 100 hours, right?
I think we're over 200 at this point.
Fuck me. Okay.
It's chunky. Yeah. So the fact that I did not recognize, now that you've mentioned it, of course that's what the statue was.
Of course. How could it be it's not Liu Bei, I'll tell you that much.
It is not. So anyway, yeah, now I'm piecing it together, but very well spotted. I have to give you some points. You get hanksy panksy points for that one.
Yeah, this is my normal, just sort of, I watch things with far too much detail, apparently.
And a truly staggering amount of video game knowledge.
You know, it's funny because I don't know how to do decimals or fractions at all.
But you can resuscitate ancient Greek-based games from 2005.
Yeah. I can recall a game that I played over a decade, almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And haven't touched since. But god damn it, I can recall it.
Yeah. We all got our strengths, man.
Yeah. Okay, so there are a couple other things that kind of stuck out to me.
Okay.
One is Security Systems Alliance, the company that Keanu Reeves' character runs, whatever. Their logo, I don't know if you paid that much attention to it, but my guy, their logo looks almost identical to Delta's.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It's basically Delta's logo, and I don't know if Delta had thoughts about that or not.
Unless
Unless,
is Delta running an underground fight ring?
who's to say?
It would make a lot of sense because they're clearly not focused on running a fucking airline.
Whoa, now.
Heyo.
You can say that about American. You can definitely say that about Southwest, an airline so heinous even Hitler wouldn't have used it. But Delta's one of the highest rated airlines in the U.S.
Yeah, I take it back, Delta. I've had great experiences with you. Please don't
Yeah.
drop me from all my future
Please,
flights.
God, no. Don't make me live with just United and American, the toilet airlines.
Please don't put me on the no-fly list, not the official government one.
Just the Delta one.
The internal like shame wall. You know how some restaurants in used to have
like,
the wall of
don't admit.
Yeah, if you see this person fucking run or whatever. If you see this name pop up on an online booking, fucking dump it.
And to be clear, we're not saying that Delta CEO Ed Bastian is running an underground fight club where he orders people to kill other combatants. We're saying that other people are saying that Delta CEO Ed Bastian is running an underground fight club where combatants are required to kill others.
Yeah.
That's not us. That's other people.
I just had a disturbing realization.
That I know the CEO of Delta by name?
Well, now that you bring it up, yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know. It's another piece of knowledge that serves me never.
Yeah, except for right now. It's been really helpful.
One time. Yeah, to just let people know that a lot of people, not us, are talking about the fact that Delta CEO Ed Bastian runs an underground fight club where combatants are required to kill each other.
Allegedly.
Not us. We're not saying
us, though. Allegedly.
No, we would never say that about Delta CEO Ed Bastian. We love the company that he runs.
Yeah, big time Sky Miles people over here. I don't know if Delta does Sky Miles.
They do Sky Miles. They're actually the ones who do Sky Miles. So they made some changes recently and people are not happy about it. But Delta CEO Ed Bastian has said that they will rethink those probably after blowing off some steam watching some underground fighters kill other underground fighters. Not that we're saying that he does that.
Okay. Damn. All that has made me realize there's a lot of billionaires running around. These people have big egos built on nothing. And they have more money than small countries.
Yeah.
One of them's got to be running a fight ring.
Oh, I think more than one of them. I would imagine that your big rich boys, like your Elon Musk's, your Jeff Bezos, your Mark Zuckerberg's.
Yeah.
I think they have stables of fighters and they pit them against each other's groups of fighters.
Yes, like Pokemon, but if Pokemon were
people and bled.
Yeah, and died. And
do Pokemon bleed?
I don't think Pokemon has ever. Pokemon is too pussy to figure this thing out. Can I go on a miniature rant about Pokemon for a second?
Let's do it.
The Pokedex throughout history has had disturbing entries. That'll be like, this guy eats these Pokemon. This bird Pokemon loves to eat up all them good bug types.
Yeah, a Caterpie.
A
Weevil.
And so you're looking at your Caterpie and your Pharaoh and you're thinking, the fuck? Do Pokemon eat each other? Is that how that works? No, we're never gonna dig into that ever.
Never ever.
We're gonna make small creatures fight each other, which should be illegal. I would think.
Fancy cockfighting.
To the point of exhaustion, whatever that means.
Not death, though.
Not
distinctly
death.
And legally different from death.
Yeah, in the same way that sometimes Spider-Man chucks a guy off a building, but he didn't kill him.
Gravity did.
Yeah, the fall is what got him. Maybe he should have thought about that before he was suspended over the side of the Empire State Building.
Should have considered it before he did some crimes that Spider-Man didn't appreciate.
Yeah. Anyway, there's just a lot of fucked up shit about Pokemon that
Oh yeah.
they don't go into any details. And I genuinely think it's because they are terrified to do so.
Oh yeah. I once you open that door, it blows wide open. It will be so bad.
Because some Pokemon, like Mr. Mime, is just a dude.
It's just a man.
He's just a weird little guy.
Just a horrible man who should be killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't necessarily want to see Scyther slashing up Pikachu into ribbons.
Yeah.
Blood pouring from every surface.
But unless they're made of like Play-Doh, that's what's happening.
It is happening when Scyther goes in on Pikachu.
Yeah. So I don't know what to make of it as an adult. As a kid, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, look, you made me think of something.
Mm-hmm.
Which superhero is most likely to have a thin blue line bumper sticker?
Well, given that a lot of those thin blue line bumper stickers are next to Punisher decals, it's probably the Punisher.
I feel like non-Punisher division because that's an obvious.
Yeah, that's a easy home run, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got to be Batman, right?
It's got to be Batman.
Batman, I mean, he's a billionaire. So obviously, you
Yeah.
know, probably very conservative. And he works with cops kind of a lot.
Yeah, he really goes in on the cops.
Yeah. And he does like beating criminals, kind of like cops do.
Yeah.
Man, and I like Batman.
Yeah, but Batman, folks, Batman is not about due process.
No, have you ever seen Batman Mirandize someone?
No, he just beats the fuck out of them.
Mm-hmm. Which, hey, Batman, hey, Bruce, we're talking to you now. What about criminal justice reform?
What about criminal? You got all these billions of dollars sitting around.
You don't have to buy a Batmobile. You could support criminal justice reform.
You could. I mean, you could do both. You could have your weird bat kink suit.
Yeah. That you obviously masturbate in.
Or that, yeah, you know, however that works.
Rubbing. Like up against surfaces.
Thank you for that. I wasn't so much worried about the mechanics as the access.
See, he gets around the access problem by just rubbing up against surfaces. It's very sticky in there.
Ooh. We've talked about this, Master Wayne. I can't keep cleaning this.
Mr. Wayne, why do we take our pets off when we masturbate? So we don't get cum in our suit. You have to fucking stop. It's horrible. You're so chafed, Mr. Wayne.
Do you ever think you need some hobbies? Maybe a girlfriend or something, boyfriend, I don't know, Mr. Wayne, something.
Maybe just a fleshlight, Mr. Wayne. Anything, really. For things you're doing to the walls of the Batcave. It's horrible.
It's horrible. Anyway, what the fuck are we talking? It's Batman. It's definitely Batman with the thin blue line on the Batmobile.
It is, yeah. Right next to the afterburner is just thin blue line. There's one final thing I want to say about this movie.
Okay.
During the tournament that Tiger Chen is in.
Yeah.
He fights the Southern Fist King. And I would like to posit, I want us to create the Southern Fisting King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to paint this picture of the Southern Fisting King.
He's from Louisiana, isn't he?
I do feel like he's from Louisiana.
Louisiana, right down there near the bayou.
Down in the bayou.
Down in the bayou there, you're going to see the Southern Fisting King. That guy.
Yeah, you ever been fisted with a fist coated in swamp juice?
Now, I tell you what, he learned from killing gators with his bare hands just by fucking
Oh,
jamming a fist down
I've
right
been
inside there.
I've been fisting gators for decades, let me tell you. And I'm gonna get this swamp juice inside of you, and you're gonna get so infected they ain't no antibiotics on the market that's gonna help you.
Uh,
His name is Elry. I feel like
yeah,
Elry,
okay.
the Southern Fisting King.
Elry the Southern Fisting King. Raised by
Elry Dubois?
Elry Dubois. Well, we can't do Elry Dubois because that'd
It's
make him cousin to Jasper Dubois.
I think Jasper Dubois would appreciate a Southern Fisting King.
I, I think Jasper Dubois would. Jesus, man, folks, you got to go back and listen to when we did Twilight and 50 Shades if you're not following Jasper Dubois.
Jasper Dubois.
Yeah, I think we nailed it in one with Ellery Dubois.
Ancestor of Jasper Dubois, vampire gentleman, and fuck beast.
Now I'm gonna ask you to jump up on this here water bed, and I'm gonna go get the gator grease, and we're gonna open you up like a fresh clam.
I'm gonna fist a hole in you so big we could do a crawfish boil in you. Let me tell you. You got any parting thoughts for this movie?
If I did, they're gone now. I tell you what.
I have one final parting thought, which is just I do genuinely love seeing Keanu play a bad guy.
Yes, I meant to say this as well, but I forgot. Yeah, the fact that he chose to be the bad guy for his directorial debut, perfect. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, excellent, exquisite, great job, Keanu. Please do this again. Well, Luke,
yeah,
you want to talk about what we're watching next week?
Sure.
Which I will be double checking, but I am 99% sure that what we're watching next week is the 2013 or 14 film. It was 2013, 47 Ronin.
Nice.
Have you seen this?
I have not.
Okay, what do you think it's about?
Ronin, I think usually refers to a samurai.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this is 47 very hungry samurai that go to a Waffle House. Now you're thinking, this can't be interesting, but you remember how in Reservoir Dogs, the first like 10 minutes, it's them at a diner having a witty repartee and establishing character?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all seen Reservoir Dogs. So
I've definitely seen that film.
Yeah. That's this movie. It's just the back and forth, the double entendre, the nuance of the conversation of 47 samurai. I was gonna say
47 people talking at once?
Yeah, at a Waffle House.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be chunky. And Keanu's just one of them. He's an important one, but he's just one of them.
How long are they at the Waffle House?
I think all fucking night.
Okay. How many orders of hash browns do you think?
All of it.
Oh, they eat Waffle House out of house and home.
I believe I said they were very hungry samurai.
You did, yeah. Okay, so they clear out this Waffle House. Do they pay?
I think they pledge eternal service, or sort of a like, if you need a samurai or 47 samurai,
yeah,
hit us up kind of scenario.
Okay.
I think that's all they give though, because you can't really ask them for money. They got big old swords.
Correct. It is a problem though when the tax man come for Waffle House and they say it's time to pay your fair share, and Waffle House says, "Sorry, we don't have money. However, can I pay you in any number up to 47 samurai who've pledged their undying service to me?"
Yeah, it's a problem because our tax system is not equipped for that.
No. The tax man is going to go, "No, I would like US American dollars, please."
Yeah, for real. But hey, it's not my problem. It's Waffle House's issue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Maybe they should have thought about that ahead of time.
Yeah, Sam, what do you think it's about?
I think this movie is a typo.
Oh,
And I think it's actually about the invention of rice-a-roni in 1947.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like comma 47 Roni, but someone accidentally put an in on there and they had to just run with it. And
Yeah.
so Keanu plays Archibald Roni,
Roni.
who, a San Francisco native, of course,
Yeah.
who in 1947 left only with pasta clippings. As we all know, most of pasta was used to supply the soldiers with food during the war, and so really the people at home were just left with the clippings, the pasta clippings, and no one liked them. And Bertram Roney,
His name was Archibald just a second ago.
Archibald Bertram Roney,
Yeah.
A.B. Roney, a brony, some people call him. So he saw use for all these leftover pasta clippings from the war, and so in 1947 he mashes them all up into rice-a-roni, heretofore known as the San Francisco treat. Ding ding,
ding ding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's, man, I think because there's been a string of like J-Lo, they're not J-Lo, J-Law
Mm-hmm.
did that, like I forget which franchise it was, but some movie that was about like a big franchise brand, and then Keaton did that one about McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like, it's, I
yes,
feel like it's time that somebody really dug into the rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat.
yeah.
Ding ding.
Ding ding. A lot of
Uh
people don't know that rice-a-roni originated as the leftover pasta clippings, which I don't need to describe. Everyone knows what pasta clippings are.
yeah.
Leftover from the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a gritty deep dive into this history is going to be huge,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's starring Keanu Reeves
As a brony.
as a brony.
Archibald Bertram Roney.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the movie. Um, a real problem though. I got to say for the studio that their big hit biopic was ruined by a pretty massive typo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cock ups happen, man.
And they just released it as is. Anyway, folks, you can find us on Facebook at Hanksy Panksy Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Hanksy Panksy Pod. We're not on Twitter anymore, and they know why. We're on Blue Sky, though, at Hanksy Panksy. You can send us an email at hanksypanksypod at gmail.com. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/hanksypanksy, where we have a lot of fun stuff going on over there. And if you check us enough money, really, you can be one of Hanks's heroes like Tuck and Daniel. And fellas, let me tell you, I won't make you kill each other when I make you fight.
Excellent.
Yep. Luke, do you have a final quote?
I do. It's going to be hard to do.
Okay.
It is. Hey, 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 hey. Always good when I can go out on a bang like this for you, Sam. Just for you.